In this video, we'll be looking at the effects of latency on console games. First, we'll look at NASCAR 2011. In NASCAR, drafting is a very precision-controlled maneuver. Cars must maintain a tight formation in order to gain an aerodynamic boost. In the presence of latency, this maneuver becomes virtually impossible. The latency causes an inaccurate representation of the car's positions on the road. Here you can see that each player thinks that they are on the left of the other player, which causes a collision. Here you can see that the positions are so different that it would be impossible to coordinate a maneuver like drafting with your teammate, especially when you're crashing into each other. It is impossible to be in close proximity with your teammate without a collision being caused artificially. Often you'll pull up behind your partner to draft, and then it'll cause a collision in his game, which will then cause a collision in your game state. Here's a good example of that phenomenon.
Nothing on the right.
And here's another one.
No, on the left, nothing there.
Check out this weird glitch as the game states try to unify and a car goes flying through the air. Now let's look at Super Smash Bros. Brawl, a fighting game on Wii. This game is very fast and complex, with each character being able to perform 12 different moves at any given time. We took 10-minute segments of games with different latencies and counted the numbers of attacks and kills in each game. Without latency, we saw 106 attacks and 12 kills. That's pretty crazy. At 150 milliseconds of latency, we see the game start to slow down a little bit, and maneuvers become more difficult to time as latency is inserted into the controls. With latency, the number of attacks in a 10-minute span drops from over 100 down to 69, and the number of kills drops from 12 to 5. At 300 milliseconds, this game moves painfully slow. You can tell just by looking at the game clock. At the 300 millisecond level, we see a further decrease in the number of attacks and kills. Taking a look at these final numbers, it's easy to see the profound effect that latency has on action-packed gameplay. Now let's look at Halo Reach. In Halo Reach, the latency causes the game to be very sensitive to fast movements. Here, without latency, you can see that I can easily keep up while following my opponent. Halo deals with latency in a way similar to NASCAR, and we see problems when the game states try to unify. With latency, the game sets you back to an earlier position when you move too fast. If you continue to move quickly, the game will repeatedly set you back. This effect made it impossible for me to keep up with my opponent. Here, I'm falling too fast for the latency, so the game keeps setting me back to right before I hit the ground, which then causes the damage of me falling 3 times and kills me. This phenomenon of getting set back is not only annoying to you, it's annoying to your opponents. Check out how hard it is to shoot this guy. And with that, we conclude our tests on latency for now.